Environment and sustainable development. The economic development that we have achieved so far has come at a very heavy price, at the cost of environmental quality. As we step into an era of globalization that promises higher economic growth, we have to bear in mind the adverse consequences of the past development path on our environment and consciously choose a path of sustainable development. To understand the unsustainable path of development that we have taken and the challenges of sustainable development, we first have to understand the significance and contribution of environment to economic development. Before moving further, let us first define what exactly we refer to as environment. Environment is defined as the total planetary inheritance and the totality of all resources. It includes all the biotic and abiotic factors that influence each other. While all living elements, the birds, animals and plants, forests, fisheries, etc., are biotic elements, abiotic elements include air, water, land, etc. Rocks and sunlight are all examples of abiotic elements of the environment. A study of the environment then calls for a study of the interrelationship between these biotic and abiotic components of the environment. The environment performs 4 vital functions. 1. It supplies resources. Resources here include both renewable and non-renewable resources. 2. It assimilates waste. 3. It sustains life by providing genetic and biodiversity. And 4. It also provides aesthetic services like scenery, etc. The environment is able to perform these functions without any interruption as long as the demand on these functions is within its carrying capacity. This implies that the resource extraction is not above the rate of regeneration of the resource and the wastes generated are within the assimilating capacity of the environment. When this is not so, the environment fails to perform its third and vital function of life sustenance, and this results in an environmental crisis. This is the situation today all over the world. Besides, the intensive and extensive extraction of both renewable and non-renewable resources has exhausted some of these vital resources, and we are compelled to spend huge amounts on technology and research to explore new resources. Added to these are the health costs of degraded environmental quality, decline in air and water quality. 70% of water in India is polluted, have resulted in increased incidence of respiratory and waterborne diseases. To make matters worse, global environmental issues such as global warming and ozone depletion also contribute to increased financial commitments for the government. Thus, it is clear that the opportunity costs of negative environmental impacts are high.